So dark. Bring more light here. What's up? Dude, my fucking monitor seems like it's so dark. I don't know why. Action Center. The fuck's the Action Center? Right side of the taskbar. Alright, I'm just trying to fix something.
DRX. Optic. Expect.
Let's dive into these map vetoes, see where we're going to be going here, Mimi. A lot of options, obviously. Curious where Pearl's going to sit.
Well, yeah, my question was who gets rid of it first, because both these teams have shown that they do want to ban it out of the pool. Loud, though, after that crushing loss to Optic, get rid of it first.
Yeah, I think DRX just widely looking to stray away from it. It is new territory. The last time they mucked around with stuff like that, they got kicked in the face by Fnatic on Fracture. So they're just trying to avoid the newer map. Ascent going to be banned away, and Loud are actually electing to pick Breeze.
I think it's a bold choice. That map has looked solid for DRX in the past, but definitely a little bit more comfortable for that Brazilian squad.
They do have the win, 13-7 over Optic, and they have plenty of tape to watch DRX and how they play this map, so I'll be curious to see if the comps do change when we get ready to go into that one. Because if they can try to slow down Buzz on these entries, it would be a very big boon for the side of Loud. It's going to be DRX starting on the attack, and Haven open. I mean, this is old faithful for DRX. As long as the game has been out, this has been in their pool. This has been comfortable.
And it's one that Loud has shown that they've wanted to ban in the past, but now because they've struggled so much on Pearl, they're kind of forced to throw away their first ban on that map against any team that's willing to play it. You just cannot risk leaving Pearl open, so you give DRX one of their best.
Yeah, I mean, historically, one of the best. We've seen it from them, I believe, just once, 13-4 when they shut out Furia. And okay, Fracture as well, going to be banned by Loud.
Yeah, now options for DRX. Do you want the bind or do you want the icebox? They have not shown their icebox in quite a while. They were banning it for a turn. I'd expect them to prefer the bind here, but actually they want to go more towards the icebox. Bind would have been quite even territory in this series. Instead, icebox is where we'll land as that decider.
It's been a really long time since we've seen them play icebox. They floated it once this event. We have not seen them play it.
Yeah.
It was against FPX. They left it open for a third map. We didn't make it that far. They were able to close out the series with a 2-0. In fact, they haven't dropped a single map so far in their tournament run yet. But
Max?
this, if they're going to drop one, this could very well be the first time because Loud are a team to respect.
Yeah, and I guess
So
you would
guys.
see why DRX would choose Icebox, probably because they watched how Loud played against Leviathan.
Right.
Yeah, they had a pretty slow start, so I'm expecting DRX to maybe take advantage of their slow starts and just really like try to punch a hole in the wall and just carry that momentum to bring them throughout that third map.
Well, now I'm just curious, like, it looks like this is very good for DRX. I mean, am I crazy in thinking that?
I think I'd agree with you there. I think this is a really solid map pool for DRX. I think the biggest question does lie with that icebox because Loud has looked. I didn't think they were that terrible. They obviously have shown that map before, but if you can adapt on the fly to what DRX pulls out there, it's still a very winnable pool for Loud.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a little bathroom break here, get a snack run, you know, maybe a little micro nap. I used to do that back when I was a social worker because our first match of the day kicks off in just a few minutes. DRX Loud. You don't want to miss it. See you soon.
Like my second monitor is so much darker than usual, it seems, but I'm not sure. One sec, chat. Yo, yo.
Yo.
What's up, Timothy?
Yo, what up, what up?
What's up,
Good morning. What a time to be awake.
What a fucking time.
We had some good games today.
The second one's a banger.
Oh, yeah.
Discord bubbles, I will add them. I lowered Timmy, you're good. Dude, I don't know why, but like my second monitor is so dark. And the brightness is maxed.
Derek,
Yeah,
do you have bubbles for this?
I do. I can link you.
Okay, thank you.
It's in the homies chat actually.
Roger.
On
I'll get it.
Discord.
Yeah. I got it. Thank you.
Nice. The backlight is low. Does anyone know why my monitor is so dark? My second monitor. Second series is this perfect example of even if NA loses, they win. The room brightness is too high. No, I'm not using Flux. As far as I know. I'm not. Go to NVIDIA. This PC has AMD and I can't get into it because it says my software and driver versions do not match. So I can't open it. Update your drivers? I can't. I have to restart then. Oh. Fuck it, we ball it up, XL.
Espas. Bobby. Saucy.
Okay, fuck it.
Zest.
Fuck it. I can see mostly.
Sawdog.
Ah.
Monica. BCK.
Uh-oh.
Tammy.
Here we go, an upper bracket final. Two kings in their respective regions vying for domination in the upper bracket. Mimi, you couldn't ask for a better clash, a better international clash than this right here, champions.
And somehow still neither of these teams have met each other before.
That's
At
wild.
an international event, both of them have had consistently strong placements, but only one can stay alive in this upper bracket, can make their way to a top 3 finish guaranteed.
I'm both just carrying the pride of their regions on their backs right now, trying to escort them into the top 4. For Loud, it would be a repeat for them, and for DRX, it'd be for the very first time. Either way, the pressure mounting on these players. I mean, I'm sure, Benkai, you can speak to how much pressure you feel when you're in this moment, when you know you can get into that top 4 spot.
Yes, but obviously these two teams are like battle-hardened veterans by now. They know how to handle the pressure. And I think this time, as me here on the desk as the advocate for Asian Valorant, I think this is the time where narratives are going to be rewritten and cursors are going to be lifted. I think DRX are going to have this one.
Wow. I was going to ask for a little prediction after we did the Asian select, but you just...
He doesn't even
Welcome.
see what they're playing.
You know, it is interesting, though, because when you, when it was DRX FPX,
Yo.
you were so confident. Like, what gives you that confidence in DRX?
It's just
Wait, do you guys already talk about who you think's gonna win?
Not yet. Now we are.
Yeah, they
Oh,
always get
nice.
so close, but I feel like surely by now
I'm gonna go with
they know how to
Loud.
handle those nerves. They are always losing to themselves.
What's the score
Okay.
prediction?
Yeah, well, here's the Prime Gaming Agent select.
2-0.
Hey, you know what? The enemy could
I'm
very
gonna say
well be yourself in
DRX
this situation,
because
but
I'm
maybe
Korean and they're
curious to see
Korean,
what
and
we
you
end
know
up
we have that
getting here
bond.
between these two teams.
Yeah, I'm
That is
interested
really
to see where
motivating.
Loud
I'm gonna say
goes.
DRX
They've
because Timmy's
also
Korean
shown
and we have that
a
bond.
chamber comp, and it looks like they're gonna head their way
I was
back
gonna
to
go
their
DRX
prior
regardless,
competition, playing
actually.
RB on that chamber, playing Buzz on the Jet. On the other side,
works
though,
out.
for Loud,
I think it's gonna be a
this action
2-1.
team, I was thinking of
I'm
the
going
Cypher, and
DRX
they do
as
return
well.
to it, so
Hey,
excuse
this
me.
is mad weird,
2-0.
guys.
DRX
Just
2-0
gonna
as
bring
well.
this one back out, and I wasn't sure how
I mean, if
they were
DRX
gonna go,
wins,
but
I
they
kinda
go
win,
ahead and
'cause I
decide
lost to
pilot
them,
this,
but-
honestly, we saw so
True,
Loud
so it's a
win.
win-win no
That's
matter
nice.
what. If they win, you
Actually,
lost to
yeah,
them.
true.
If they lose, then you predicted Loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's actually shameless if they beat you and then lose, because then they just took like that shot for no reason, you know?
That could
Yeah,
be
amen.
incredibly valuable when you have Buzz who wants to get into a site quickly. If you can catch him with that trip wire,
I got bubbles. I
that's
got
gonna
bubbles.
really slow things up and maybe even just cost him his life.
Yeah, and for the other side here, it will be DRX returning to their normal. They play a little different than some other teams, generally bringing that Sky instead of that KO, but it oftentimes does.
Is this the part of the event that DRX usually chokes at, or is it later on?
Into the equation. I think the most interesting thing
Well,
about
they have
this
a problem where they
head-to-head
choke,
is the
like-
chamber versus the
or
Cypher.
not choke,
There's not
but
a
yeah,
whole ton of
choke.
variation on Breeze, but we do get a clear
Once they get like
head-to-head
deep in
here.
the event.
Yeah, and especially, I think DRX's composition is maybe
Wait,
slightly
Benkai's on
This
the
is the part?
desk?
better
That's
than
crazy.
Loud's current one because
Yeah, second time he's on, I think.
So many utilities that can
Yeah, that's kinda cool.
trip wire. Knowing DRX, they're gonna be
I
really
remember watching like
difficult,
Dota 2
just
and
going to the bomb site
seeing
and
like
just
them
gonna
on
use
the
shot
desk
guts
and
and
TI was like
just clear
really
those
sick back
traps.
then.
All right, well,
So,
we're all set.
who's
Round
them?
More
one.
players.
These two
I
upper
forget
bracket
like what pro
powerhouses.
players, but I
Oh,
remember
you mean
like
pro players in
So
general.
let's
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah,
and
yeah,
send it
like,
over
yeah,
to our
sorry.
cast who's gonna bring the energy. It's Mitch and Tom.
I don't know if like other esports do
Thank
it
you
a
so
lot,
much,
but
GB.
I think it's
Tom,
cool.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
kick this one off. Loud and DRX.
You're saying like having a pro player on the desk?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of
It's a really
a lot of like
interesting map
recent
for us, yeah. I think
like
as a
stuff
whole,
they've
I do
you know
think
getting
the
pros like Apex
DRX
they
have
do
done a
like
good
they
job
get
of
like pros from the
pushing
crowd
Loud to
to
exactly
just like
where
come
they
up and
want
like
to be.
talk
Okay, maybe the Icebox
about like
again is
yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit of an interest
I was watching
once they have
Apex,
played it so
the
long.
most
These
recent one.
first two
I was watching.
are
It was
their
like fucking
strongest
sick how you
matches
can see
of
the
the
comms
tournament,
and shit.
so
It was really,
Yeah.
really sick.
yeah. I kind of wish like you could get the same for this, you know, you could hear
Yeah,
what they're
yeah.
saying,
You just
but maybe
can't,
that's too
though.
much. Too much
Yeah,
I
info.
see my
yeah.
chat that well.
But it's fucking insane because like I was watching Furia, 100T. Like I had like 3 to 4 teams. I was just watching TSM, and it was just like really sick.
Oh wait, is this a strong map for DRX? But
Never had an experience like that because, like, as a pro player, it's always nice to hear the comms. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing the same way as like a viewer. But yeah.
we see so many ghosts.
I just feel like
but one man
you
over
pick
on
like
Wells,
which
he's
team
gone in
you
for the
watch, like, and
Sheriff.
you
Yeah.
spectate like any team you want.
Yeah, you get to pick which team, and like you'd watch TSM for to hear Hal raging. You watch Furia to get like the insta gunfights, and then you watch 100T because you're 100T.
Yo, someone's
fan all
got the
way.
fucking mic in his hands, dude.
Ultimately, it's whether he can keep that up consistently. And the man on the other side of things, Buzz, has been insane the whole tournament.
Absolutely. He's currently the second highest rated player next to Ye, which
I'll lower
you
to me
know,
in a
pretty
second,
solid
guys.
achievement for a man that
I will
not
fix
that
the
man to be
volumes.
second.
I got you
Absolutely.
guys.
And Buzz, you know, he hasn't always had the best of tournaments when he reaches this international stage, so it's a pleasure to see him actually start to step it up. Now, we'll get into more of the conversation around the stats and the players a little later.
Yesterday
For
we
now,
was
it
talking
looks
about some
like
good
that Sheriff's
content. Did you guys
about
enjoy that
to be
shit? It was fun.
challenged. Aspis happy to concede the ground after just the shot, the information, and, well, they're going to have to play back into this site, back behind the wall. But Sassy still has a recon to play with. It's going to be making its way into the site any time now.
Well, they spotted the cam at least, so that's not going to cause them too much
the
trouble
schedule? Oh,
later
shit.
into the round. A full retake, though, is not the most common setup going into these pistol rounds. It can be quite difficult to get back in, especially with no damage done.
Some ideas there. Aspis putting a ping down and then spamming through the wall, but he's not going to find anything, and Stax has grabbed one. The flash now primed and ready, and Buzz is going to utilize that, but the shots are not connected. And with Stax going down, the site is now lost. DRX have to fight their way back in, and they've now lost window as well. Everything's falling apart for the Koreans. RB is the last bastion, and he will fall as well. The round goes to Loud as they pick up their pistol.
Yeah, solid retake from them.
GG.
It was looking very shaky, especially with some of the afterplant positions.
the lives.
Like, having to clear out 3 different players from those
I wish I could
backlines,
fix this
and
problem.
Alright, let's game.
does
I won,
an
no?
incredible job of it. We saw the
GG.
stats earlier on. I
GG.
feel like the stat sheet was a little bit unreliable, putting
I
Stack
feel like
at the top
he
with only 2
needed to get at
games.
least one
Currently
on that
Viper.
blind in the
Viper
squad.
man.
Playing,
Yeah.
he's not even playing Viper in this game. It's just
No, don't
Pancada
worry
doing
about it.
But I do think Pancada has been one of the best players, especially for this Loud squad. But
Also, after
just in
scrimming Loud, I
general
think
on the
Pancada
controllers, he's been
is the
brilliant.
best player in the
Yeah,
world.
he has. The rest of the
That guy
team,
is
though,
unreal.
like, it's an interesting face
And he
to
doesn't get,
Loud.
like,
You got
as much
the
support or
last
love,
event,
so.
we had Aspis in the top 10.
He just, like,
was
doesn't
having
miss
a
or
solid
something?
bunch of games
Yeah, I
to
mean,
finish.
just felt
You
like
look
he
at
knew
it
what he
this
was
time
doing and he
around,
didn't miss.
actually, there's no Loud
The aim of
players
a
in
duels
the top
player?
10. There's one in the top
Like-
15. You've got Les as the highest rated player. He's number 16. And Aspis has found himself in 26.
I'm gonna turn up
So it's
Discord
definitely been a fall off from previous events,
bit.
but maybe
We'll see.
just slow to start and warm up. They're
You're
already
just getting
against
shit on
pistols
by
here.
everyone in
Classics
scrims,
already
yeah.
netting themselves 1 kill. Damage here is
No
the name of
comment.
the game. You don't expect to walk out with
Literally
a victory.
every match we
When the
played, you
reinforcements
said,
already
he
here,
said
that's
they
pretty
shit
much
on
out of the
these
question.
scrims every match we
Thing
played.
is, can they
I'm
manage
not gonna
to
say
drop
we
one
shot
or
on
two
anyone.
more weapons and
No
make
point in
this
that.
one expensive, and already this is a success.
Yeah, it's going to be the farm up for less, which
I think we
unfortunately is not
scrimmed
going to
them,
be
and it
the
was like
most
14-10,
useful ultimate
15-9
to
they
have
beat
going
us.
into this third round. I actually look at it slightly differently though with Loud. I look at it as their team has consistently been good across every single player. That they haven't needed that superstar. I would be very worried going into this match, for example, if Buzz didn't perform.
Yes.
I think that means Loud win, hands down. So
sure.
I think that's the other side of the coin is Loud have been so good across every single player. DRX have some incredible
fuck
players,
is it
but if they go
so
missing, they could be in real
dark?
trouble.
That's exactly it. I mean, having a well-rounded team, not having a guy number 1 in the event and top 5, it doesn't even matter as long as
Whatever.
you're all
I
performing
gave
to
up.
the level you need to be.
Oh,
They're
no.
gonna keep
I'm gonna
pushing
break
forward.
something.
Loud have caught them completely off guard. They thought maybe the presence they've shown would be enough to deter them, but no. Loud come in with a brave face and an opening duel, giving them a rifle to play with and completely dismantling DRX's plans. They're looking for space elsewhere, and a good shot by Zest and a push up through halls could buy them a little bit more room to play with.
Yeah,
Go on, just
bear in
roll.
mind this bonus round on the side of Loud actually has rifles on every single player, so it's still very dangerous and something that DRX definitely have to take their time with. I think after that initial aggression, just slowing things
That's
back
better.
down,
Yeah, keep that
making
shit.
sure things don't get too far out of control, and resetting back into this A-side take. The problem is, though,
No,
they're
I was
pushing
just
into what is normally
trying to
your
fix the
two-side
brightness
action,
on my
so it's
second monitor. For some reason, it's hella fucking dark.
That
I don't
snake
know.
bite
It's still
should slow
fucking
them
dark,
down,
but whatever.
Man's already gone in.
I can't
Buzz
see.
is on the site. Another snake bite coming his
Ah,
way,
well.
stopping that wide swing from coming in. There's a gap, and he's trying to find the angle on it. So is Pancada, though, returning fire, and the shots are landing. Good damage done, but he's surrounded. Taken down. Another kill for DRX with a player sitting inside of halls. Well, he can't quite help out his teammate. Loud are starting to chip away at these players and still having the rifles. This makes it very intimidating for DRX. They're going to concede the site and try to play the post plans, but even then, Mako only has the one snake bite. They're going to have to rely on duels bringing it across the line.
Yeah, well, at least he gets the snake bite out before they actually get it. No, it's just removed, but Marco's managed to actually hit the shot. It comes
Oh my gosh,
down
I
to
thought
the
they had
1v1
that.
with it already. Oh, sorry, 1v2, and with it already halved, they have to peek into this one. Marco is going to be leading that final. Okay, it's costly, but they've got themselves on the board, and Marco actually getting that many kills,
vanished.
going to have himself the ult.
This is something we've seen from FPX many times, right? The ability to deal damage in rounds like
Oh,
this,
it went
just
into the
exaggerated
tree.
by the sheer quantity of rifles you're bringing into what should be a low buy round. But
Tech W,
this has
lineup.
come way too close.
Lineup Larry.
And the dueling ability, Loud have matched up 1-to-1 easy. And outside of that, they were seconds away, not even seconds, a second away from getting that defuse from right under their nose. That could have went badly wrong.
I don't know.
It didn't.
I don't
DRX
fucking
win the
know.
round, but they'll pay for it fiscally as they move into this with all their credits on the line. But a fantastic opening duel by Buzz. He's taken that inside of double doors by the looks of it. Just a straight swing from both players that leaves the attackers with the advantage.
Now we have to see how Loud are actually going to adapt to this. Again, it was mentioned on the desk, a lot of that utility is expected to be removed by Sky, but with the dog already gone,
So annoying though.
do that a little bit more manually.
Yeah, wait, all four out of 5 DRX members with Vandals?
Resetting
Nah.
into that take of B. Aspas is already here, and they are going to be walking into less.
You're a Phantom. Oh yeah, you are a Phantom user.
Yeah, but then I was thinking about Vandal mid-event, and like DRX is the only Phantom team that's like keeping
He's
me
going
up.
to try to get past it in
Is that
theory
like a
and
real
get caught by it.
tripwire,
Maybe
or
the
is
drone.
I don't know. Yeah, you saw that as well.
On the way through, Aspas not able to catch
It was
those
for the
kills.
jet,
I mean,
no?
they got the info, but not yet able to capitalize on it. At least they'll find the one, and an attempted swing reveals there's at least 2 here. The player's ready to duel,
Oh
but
my
so is
gosh.
RB. A fantastic opening for DRX as they steal this side away from Loud and leave Pancada all alone. That was close. That was very close.
It needs to be a lot closer, though, if he's actually going to be able to do
I just say
anything in
fuck
this
it.
round.
Yeah, fuck it. Whatever.
Credits in the bin. Maybe if he gets a few orbs, that would be something. Get the Viper's Pit, might give them an opportunity going into the next round. The fact is, DRX didn't even have to really use that much either. They didn't use the Viper's Pit. They've still got Seekers for the next one, so they could even use that just as an eco buffer if they wanted to. Back harder. Oh, actually, they're facing the wrong way. They just almost walked
Not
past
doing
each other.
that,
He might get a
Suzu.
couple of kills here on the way out. That's at least a first, but RB is going to manage to spin on a dime and take him out instead. 2 and 2. DRX stabilized very quickly indeed. And now, well, as said, economy in the bin.
Yeah, the danger was there that DRX would end up in the same position Loud now find themselves in. Look at this opening. Absolutely fantastic. Seeing the feet and tapping away. And RB, that kill, plus he's
Wait, that's a
31
Phantom
HP
moment,
coming
huh?
out of this engagement.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Puts him 1 away from his ultimate moving into the next round. They even have the choice to drop a
Of all
weapon
people,
and
the Chamber
run
got the
that if they
Phantom
wanted
too.
to. But up against this kind of buy from Loud, it is just one that you want to play
Yeah, usually duelists or
conventionally
Chamber
and
players
win
use
off the
Vandal,
advantages that you come into the round with. A little bit of a risk taken here. RB on the other side of the map. Now, if Loud can manage to isolate him in a duel and pick that rifle up, that's already a success for them.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
Dang.
Maybe not. Damn.
GG.
All right.
Looked pretty easy to me.
That's a
Les
GG
is
shot.
on form at the moment. Top of the board, 8 kills already. And he's going to get a
If you lose this round, you have to ask, like, yo,
Now, even
Chamber,
if he
what are you
gets
doing?
one
Like,
kill,
how are you dying?
Bladestorm,
You're
I
dying
don't
so
think he's going to
early.
be able
We're
to juggle
defaulting.
around
Yeah.
the weapon just
Yeah, we're
because of his
defaulting. You're
position,
supposed to
but
just hold
maybe
for
he can
pushes.
take over
Look at his
again,
TPs.
though.
He had him set up to, like,
slowing things back down, waiting
What a spot.
patiently, and it's only going to be that 1-for-1 trade.
Still, in a round like
Yeah,
this,
that angle's like
leaving your
deceiving as
teammates
well.
with an
Like
advantage,
you think there's like
they
you
have
cleared
the
it, but there's
Marshal to
more.
play with.
Yeah.
They have
It's
Sheriffs
the
to
gun
follow
deep.
up. This could be huge. It is a gun, but look, for 2 trades, you will take that every day of the week. And Les has really just been on fire. Like I said, look at these traps changing it up. We had the updraft trap previously, and it also caught the
Okay, just
drone
placing
on
them
the
to
way
place
through.
them.
It's time waiting to allow
Yeah,
them to move
DRX
back.
is pretty
And
good
this
at,
is
like,
the part of the map they've
shocking
been
and
pushing to,
pre-firing
where they
all,
take
like, the
B
trip
control.
spots.
They've
So,
been sending 2 or 3
I mean,
players to fight back left. Now they'll have
probably
some
that's why
trouble.
he's
They've
doing,
even
like,
put a shock dart down to break a
unorthodox
trap
trips.
that isn't there. And they might even
2
think,
trips
maybe
on the
Cypher's
lane.
not around here. Maybe his traps aren't
Wait,
here.
this guy's
Oh,
out.
if they turn, they'd
Oh,
see him.
no.
Just in
Trips
time,
are
they
down.
spotted Les.
Yeah,
Removed
trips are
them.
down.
Even got some info because they're going to see them now and know, okay, keep an eye for those in future rounds.
Yeah, this is where things should become quite easy. They're actually going to use the Viper's Pit. Especially considering they should know at this point they're up against pistols. Maybe worried about that rifle being picked up from behind, but still quite a heavy
Oh,
investment.
what?
Sadek, though, is going to be able to drop one. This leaves things problematic as they're looking
Where
to
the
try
hell
and
is he
grab
going?
through Pancada with another. It's getting very
winnable for
dangerous, but
Marco.
Marco still
It
lies
is.
within this pit. Always in nuisance to try and clear the flash. It's perfect, but they got
Oh, I didn't
past
see
each other.
him.
They don't even realize.
Oh
Oh my god,
Sadek
he was still
will
looking at the
turn
wall.
around. They will
Wasn't he
clear
not
him
blind
out.
anymore?
The question is, do they
think he
have
was
the time?
unblind,
It looks like
but
they do comfortably.
Just like he's
it's
blind, he's
a
like
counting
fucking
yes on that.
confused.
The diffuse coming
Yeah, he's
through
like
with
probably
4 seconds
processing
left on the clock.
information.
Yeah.
Just
So
thinking. Because you don't want to
unfortunate
force
if you're
anything
DRX,
instantly
you're
as soon
gonna
as
be
you're
scratching your
unblind.
head
Especially
as to
'cause he
how
survived
Pancada
it.
made
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Zest,
you lived, so you're
put out
thinking,
a
alright, he
drone,
went just
he
past
watched
me.
behind
Let me
them,
just
it
listen,
came
and
through,
then like
cleared
I'll make the
elbow,
next
it
play.
cleared their back,
Fair.
watched for the gun being picked up, but
It's pretty smart of him
he
to
had just
return around.
slipped past it, leading them to think they
Oh my
were a
God.
lot
Yeah.
more free than they were.
Pretty fortunate as well.
That is an unbelievable round from Loud, coming in with 4 sheriffs and a marshal.
I'm getting
It's
thrifty like that.
Aspis getting
Yeah,
those
I didn't
first
hear the
2
thrifty,
duels,
but it
putting the
definitely was a
numbers in their
thrifty.
favor, putting DRX on the back
The
foot.
lucky thing though is on the other side they've got so many ults that it doesn't even matter that much. Tour de force straight through.
Can you
They
hear
even use them
the crowd,
themselves
like,
to
pretty well
knives as well
in
if they
the-
were
in the
ready for
stadium?
late rounds.
I
So
didn't end
it
up
is
playing
very
with the crowd.
costly, and the round going
Oh,
to Loud is huge,
so
but
I
at
wouldn't
least
know.
DRX on in the bin.
Yeah, it was
But
starting to
I'm
feel
guessing,
like
yeah,
maybe
you probably hear it,
DRX
'cause
had
I was
that
hearing
commanding control over the
a good
early
amount of
round,
like
but
audio,
what a
even though
fantastic answer
I had the
from
white
Loud.
noise
I thought
in
even the
ears
2
in.
kills they started
Yeah.
with just set them up to do a decent bit of damage, you know, making an okay eco, but the round win, they've propelled themselves back into the lead. Now this hold on B side again, a completely different setup from these traps.
Sorry about that. I didn't know. It's my first day out here, bro. I just got it.
Hey, what happened?
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, the crowd. Oh, the question.
Yeah.
Very
No, you're
dangerous.
good, you're good.
Even though they get themselves onto the site,
I
there's
was just
so much more to
acting,
worry
being
about.
playful.
They have destroyed the trap on the way through, though, luckily.
Fuck.
And they'll make their way in.
No, it's a vibe, it's a vibe.
Early
Trust me.
around spawn, yet to really land any of those knives.
Hunter's Fury in the afterplant as well. You can already see that Zest is walking all the way back just to try and reclaim deep control. They are going to be able to remove some of the utility up close, but look how far away he is. Just making sure that ult will be used no matter what happens here, if they need it. Clearing Buzz, already the first point of call, and they failed at it. He's still sticking around in the back lines, and they need to get rid of him before they can do anything. They are starting to get some damage done, Mitch, but the problem is, until he goes down, they don't have anywhere near the site. Even still, the time is ticking. Buzz already going to get one more, and eventually it all falls apart. A good afterplant scenario for DRX, and again, it's
Is
those
this more
faster
like
V-takes
attack
that have been
sided or
causing
defense
real
sided in
issues.
like tournaments?
He saw Aspis on the way
I would
back
say
through
attack
because of the
side,
little skirmish
especially on
around
land.
mid and trying to catch them on the way
I
through
feel
B,
like
and he only had that one knife
we were talking about it after,
remaining. Went
but
to get a rifle.
starting attack might be a lot better on land because you get to like control the fights and like what you take, and you can warm up a lot better. On defense, it feels like you're like waiting for them, and it's like harder to like I guess get into the game. But overall, this map, like I would say, it's attack sided just because of the way it's like it's hard to hold the bomb sites and it's like hard to retake as well.
Very weak buy, but look at what they've got to start the round off with. An entire portion of the map locked out by this Viper's Pit.
Yeah, it's still bold though, because they only have 2 rifles to play with. Oh, Aspas!
He smoked the trip.
Elbow
Well, I guess it was covered
regularly,
too.
but the information
Yeah, you got
is something
suppressed
that
last
instead,
second.
Hunter's Fury already used so much info guarded, and it is an easy cleanup
Damn.
for DRX. This was
They just drop
a
the
pretty
wall and fight
decent
them.
investment on a couple of players, still having enough to buy into the next round, but Mitch, they got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you saw those players swinging out after the Hunter's Fury tagged up less. They wanted to swing Aspis and Sassy to provide a bit of support, thinking he was about to be pushed, wall banged or scanned up again, but instead they met Stax, who was ready and waiting for that covering fire. Sadek, he's managed to recover a rifle at least, but the chances don't prove that much. You can see DRX
They should have been
in
saving though,
complete
right?
control
2v5.
right now with Pancada.
They're gonna be able to buy next round anyways.
Farming up that
They also had a sheriff, so like, I feel like he can go for it.
Still
Wait,
got
it's
his
not
role to
over,
play
it's
with,
not
so he can
over.
maybe
Yeah,
block
show
off some
1v5,
vision.
yeah, never save.
But that's about
Never say
where the
never?
hope ends.
He's got to almost just, again, try and do as much damage
Fucking
as he can.
whack-a-mole, holy
He's gonna
shit.
get
And the third guy
absolutely
peeks.
nothing for it. DRX break back very easily.
Stop
indeed,
the
it seems. And these
stupid spam, you're gonna
B-takes
get
have just been
banned.
Fantastic from them. And that's the thing, a lot of teams do almost try to avoid heading into this B site so regularly. Like the A site execution, the afterplant. And that's the most common
Vandal's
point of
looking
call
nice.
on this map, just because how easy it is to get into afterplant positions with the same Viper screen we
Ban
see
me
every
in the
single
chat
time.
then? Done.
I feel like they're almost just putting the pressure on. Although Les is at
give
the
him a
top
day.
of the board as that defender, there's only so much he can do, and the retakes thus far from Loud have been inconsistent.
Well, that's the thing, you know, and you look at DRX, this is one of the best chances they've had to break the mold that they've set or been set in for so long. They've been in this position twice this year alone. International event, exact same spot in the bracket, and the same color scheme as
I already
well.
asked you sooner about the Vandal Phantom
Green wall
thing.
of Optic both times, and they were the ones
Dude, my
that
monitor's so
knocked them down below.
dark.
I
don't know why.
Here to face a new opponent, one that doesn't know them as well.
It seems that everyone.
I think my graphics card's like
nobody wants these
not
same
working or
rematches.
something.
Guys.
I know that I'm sure the XSET guys, they're like, yeah, we want to prove
It
we're
is
the best
working,
team in
but-
NA. It's like, but do you want to for the 16th
Yeah,
time?
sure you
Like,
wanna do it?
have this fight. I think it's the same for the I'm sure when Liquid and Fnatic happened, both teams just went.
Yeah.
It's maxed out.
Yeah, this is how
we
it would end out. Champions, isn't it? One of us has to go home, and of course, I almost feel like we're leading towards an FPX Fnatic. I'm just looking at that lower bracket. I'm like, I can see it happening again.
Yeah, I mean, there's some powerful teams to be knocked back down there for that rematch
Definitely.
to even be possible, but right here we're going to be DRX looking to send Loud that way. And with this being Loud's map pick, Tom, what are our expectations to close out this half? I mean, Loud currently on 3. Feels like they could have had more, but at the same time, the eco round they won gave them that little injection to equalize. I can still see this half slipping away from them if they're not careful.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one because I feel like they definitely
Turn it
can
off and
still
on.
do it on that
Will that fuck something up?
attacking
I
side.
turn it off and on.
But DRX are very good at the attack. So
don't even
it's
know where the
an
fucking
odd
power
one.
button is
I
on
feel
this.
like we could end up
This is a
almost
weird-ass
somewhat
monitor.
level here, and neither team ends up with a massive advantage just because of how DRX actually likes to play the map.
Oh, power off.
Well, in this 8th round, we've already seen the trap destroyed, and that has taken a
Shit,
lot
how do I
of
turn it
DRX's
back on?
focus. Clearing out cave, making sure
Oh,
there's
it
no mirrors
worked!
on the boxes or anything like that.
What? Thank God someone said turn it off. Dude, anytime you have a tech issue, just restart it, forehead.
Worried about maybe he's gone all
Thank
the
you,
way
whoever
through.
said
Maybe
that.
That's why he's not at the box.
I can finally
But now
fucking
they've
see.
they've wasted. I don't want to say wasted.
Dude, I couldn't
Wise
see
to
shit
check
in
it,
the chat.
But a minute's off the clock.
All the
and they've
Keck
gotta do
W's were like
something.
black and white.
All of them are stacked up to
Problem
A.
is, there's not much to delay on this A side of the map. Okay, you've got a single fragment which Sadak will be able to throw out, and then
I'm
it
so
will
much
give a little bit
happier.
of time for Sassy. He might even just want to try and slow them out with a Hunter's Fury if they continue in this direction. But because of how slow DRX have been, we've gone from just 2 players defending this A site to maybe even 4.
Yeah, I mean, they think they've won it because
Oh.
they've reset their cycle of utility, right? The Viper on the defensive
Pop that
side
ult,
is
bro.
now out of utility.
That's a big ult, dude. That's a
They've got
big
plenty
ult,
still.
dude.
That's such
Wait,
a
he hit
conquer.
3.
Holy
Sassy
fuck!
revealing, assisting that way,
Yeah.
but it's the
1 kill and 2
as well
tags.
to follow. This leaves
I think,
DRX with basically no hope. They've got to get in here and plant right here and now. The attempt is being made. Loud rushing in to try and stop it,
Ooh.
to halt the plant
This is
before it
good.
comes through, but they've missed. The
Viper.
Buffaloes
Is he
are
gonna
go for
back at the
lineups?
side, and
No, he doesn't have
Pancada
it,
now
man.
has to clutch again. The Viper on the other side, just running out of Viper's screen. Mako rotating around.
Shouldn't Mako
the
put up his
pyramid
wall?
Now about to take the fight. Pancada's
he
looking
can't
out.
now.
Probably waiting, right?
The
Yeah.
timing
Yeah,
couldn't
it was
be
on
better.
cooldown.
DRX
Damn.
have crushed Loud's economy, and the lead is well and truly theirs.
Yeah, I think coming into today, if you were looking at the
It could also be
majority
good not
of
to put it up.
controllers, you'd have
mean, yeah, he already
number
put it
one
up,
and
and then
number
he ran out of
two
gas,
as the 2
and then
controllers we currently
think he
have
was
in this
waiting on it.
matchup. Like Marco,
Yeah, there could be
even
like a
going back
small
to the
chance
last
that he
event, the
thinks
amount of
he's
assists he was
like
able to pull off
cave
was truly
Yeah.
by not putting it back
absurd.
up.
The thing is, Sassy does a lot with how much he reveals, but the battles on the actual site are being won in the meantime by DRX. So even though they get down to the 10-second marker, they were able to stabilize even within all of that havoc. And again, it just shows how good the structure and almost the control this team has.
One small piece of utility remaining for Loud, and that round could have fallen apart completely, but there you go, another shock dart burned
He's
up. I mean,
literally
look,
just
they're
using the
both
shock darts
and
to break
still
the
not
traps.
destroying
Yeah.
the traps.
He actually
Buzz
didn't get
has
any
gone
this
down on
time.
the way through. We've
Yeah.
seen Loud do this before. For DRX, the story
God.
of today is
Oh
stopping
God. Oh
history
God.
from
Dude, that shit
repeating
fucks you
itself.
over sometimes,
They
no?
need to do that here and now.
Scan
The
on
pistols
Cypher?
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
dealt with.
M1.
Sassy will
So
fall.
deceiving.
But look at the swing on the back of
Oh,
the
Stacks
side.
is clean,
So
dude.
much firepower here for Loud, but in the
He's feeling
end,
it right now, actually.
they only
time.
managed to hold out.
My God, he's just
Take
tapping him
any
out,
more
bursting
health
him
from
out.
DRX down.
1.22.
RB surviving that round
Yeah.
with 1 health. Stacks
Is that
on
1.22?
10. But
Might be
DRX
right. Yeah, it
still
looks like
keep
it,
that
right?
economy in such a flourishing position.
Yeah, and again, it's those fast.
That was a scrappy
beatings.
round. I think
I've said it
the
already.
Cypher
Les
trips,
has
like
been
2 of them
doing
got
a
hit.
decent job. I
or-
think Pancada even
like they
getting
both
the
got
opener
hits, but
there.
no kills.
But it's just it doesn't seem like the synergy between them is that great. Like you know,
definitely
even
should've got
towards
one
the
for
end of that
free.
round,
Especially
a
on
lot
the
of
guy,
duels were able to be
I
isolated
got
just
Cypher
because
Chamber-
they're slightly off. And
It
sure, they
will-
had weaker
I
weaponry.
think
and
Chamber,
we can
like,
give them
he got
that
tagged,
excuse,
and then he got
but
hit by the
there was a
trip.
real
He
opportunity
should have
Yeah,
died
yeah.
to steal
100%.
that
Because he,
round
like,
away
He greeted his
Viper's Spear
TP.
is going to be online with the Blade Storm on the other side, but unless Buzz gets into some sort of clutch, I don't think he's going to use it.
Yeah, that's just being kept back pocket, or in case he's got some crazy ideas of updraft peaks. Now look, 3 rounds left to play for, and we said seeing the scoreline even wouldn't be too bad for either team, but looking at Loud right now, they have a ways to go to make that happen. DRX with the same approach. The movement up through mid, I mean, they've seen a lot of these trap wires playing on the B side again and again. They know maybe they don't have anything to cover this off. That control will be contested late round by RB. By the looks of it, he is just tucked in and waiting. The timing there was perfect. He saw the barrel. At least I think he might have. Either way, he's got the shot connected. The DRX now
The fuck is that cam?
Massive fake information. There's a player on the A side. He's making a ton of noise. They've got through holes. They could be
It's
opening
in
the
B
door.
man. It's to see like
The entirety of the team is waiting outside B. This TP was
But they
set
can
to go
hear it
back
being
to
They
open
can
and
hear it, but it
closed.
looks
They
hidden
can
as
reset
fuck,
for
I
B
feel. I want to
The
see
thing is,
it.
This is going to be spotted.
Yeah, it's a little
POV.
hidden.
Look at that.
And they can
Kinda sick.
probably hear this above them. They're eventually
Yeah,
going to
he's like,
break
where the
it, but
fuck
all
is
these
this
Yeah,
shit?
that's just kind of
is gonna be
sick.
there. It's just whether they can delay them enough. And I'm not so sure.
Oh, it actually worked.
Aspas within the smoke still manages to find a kill.
That was the guy that was scanned, right? These guys are getting fucked by that cam.
Found his cam in
That
the
cam is
shrubbery.
insane.
Well, Les has gone down, so that'll do the job. But remember, Loud have held
Like
on
tucked
here
behind
with
the
pistols for
bushes.
so long in the past. Now a rifle in hand, and it's the
That's the guy he
grab
kills.
one. Good timing on the trades and RB following, even despite.
I mean, the
some
problem with that
great
cam is
individual
like
plays there for
they can
Loud.
hear it, so
DRX
they
always
know
have
they
their
can
bases covered.
like time it.
They
Like,
just can't crack
because it's
the-
like deceiving the
defense.
info that
they,
you
they
get.
can't do it. Again, every
Doesn't
single
make
time
sense.
there's a cheeky
Like,
cam
they can go up
or a
when
trip,
it's
or
not
Like they
being
can
used.
pop.
that they
Like,
walk into,
well, like if
and
you're
they
a
still
Cypher
only
put
lose
that,
one or
you
two
like
players just because they're trading it so
you say there's
effectively.
nothing
The
there,
second
but then
that
like they're
player's
right behind it,
position's
4 man ready to pop
somebody is there
instantly
to
as soon as
pinpoint
it like
it.
goes
See
down.
there, the shot
So,
hits
like-
stacks instantly
Wasn't the Jet holding it though? Like,
just
so.
Yeah. They were still
between
ready for
DRX
it.
right
Like they
now,
know
which
that's
is
like an
just
option.
proving too
So like
much
they
to
still have
deal
Jet
with.
and Cypher
And for
there, so
Loud,
it's like
because they're playing so slow,
they're
even though they
reading
have
that they're
these
gonna read
deep
that, and then
information positions.
yeah.
By the time they realize it's
It's
already
a good
too
call
late.
to make
And sometimes
if you
you
hear
would
a
have
cam
that
like
being a
that.
bad trade because
From a
if
spot where
imagine
you can
the
get
Jet
really
is further
close,
back
right?
on the corner,
Yeah.
back
And
out,
then
but
you
there
can
was
just
a
like
player
pop
watching
and
that as
burst.
well, so they actually knew Jet was like in the middle of the wall. Just perfect play, great information coming their way. Pancata for one. The snake bite making it so much easier to take down
Boy,
Buzz with any
Toad.
weapon, but he takes the
Already
guard.
flanking.
Oh, wow.
And it's return times 2. The pistol's at least able to do something.
Oh,
Rifle retrieved.
got another one.
Oh my god.
Zesta's taken down all his teammates, and Sadic's alone with a sliver of health. Oh, they did so well to start this out, Tom, but again, it's left in a near impossible scenario.
They've got the wrong ults in the wrong place. That's the only thing that really benefits
Oh.
him. But now Zest, he's
Wow,
been able
they
to
regrouped together.
They
That's
don't
so
even
good.
need the ults. Two
Yeah,
shot
Not
darts,
giving
and
two
the thing is-
1v1.
The thing is, at this time as well, like you might even just want to use it just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
Like, just
yeah.
go, okay, Hunter's Fury will
Oh, he's gonna
guarantee the
ult, yeah.
round. If he even touches it, let's just make sure he
Yeah.
loses. I think
I think it's
DRX
good
has been so
too.
strong that
I mean,
they've
yeah, 2
never
more rounds,
really
are you gonna get a
needed
good
this
chance
ult for
using
any
your
other
ult?
reason.
Yes.
And as I said, one tag will do enough, but even the time that is being bought is going to be far more problematic. Sadak having to be so
can actually stick
careful
it.
that
Oh,
even
they
in
can
the
shock
late
him, but-
seconds, he's just going to try and stick it.
Okay.
Maybe there's a small angle, but
impossible.
eventually he is going to be wallbanged. DRX
Literally
controlled
impossible.
again in the afterplant. And 8 rounds already on the attack.
In the
Actually,
chat, Addy?
I think Loud are normally better defense. DRX are normally better on attack. It doesn't matter. DRX are smashing them.
Yeah, at this point,
Like, if
I
they
mean,
get
the
a-
mold being broken is almost out of the
Very
question.
DRX
Stop
might get
just
pissed
shattering.
around too, like just like I feel like they're so warmed.
They won pistol
Yeah.
and an upset eco round.
Yeah,
Remember,
that's true.
Sheriffs, they haven't won a single buy round, and this is just a terrible position to be in. I did love the attempt, though. If Sadak had caught both players with that flash, if they didn't have a recon on,
Yeah,
No,
so
I'm gonna be there the last 2 days, I
Pistol.
saw.
might have been able to
And this is
sneak
their
it out
map
from
pick.
under their nose, but
Look at the pulse,
wasn't to
65%
be this
DRX.
time. Loud, not able to get off the early
Oh, you mean
foundation
for the
that they
channel
built.
prediction? I got
We're
you.
still at that same level, but
That's
look
when
at
you
this
like kind of
push
lose
coming
hope a little
through.
bit, you know, when you
Aspas
lose your
changing
map
up the
pick.
game. He's being watched by RB.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He might turn his eye at the wrong moment. We've
Yeah, it
seen
depends on how
timing is
confident you
such
are in the
an
second map pick
incredible
and
feature of this game so far, but
other factors.
well,
But yeah, it
he
definitely
was
sucks.
spotting it. No kill to be
I was
found
asking
either
before,
way, but
like,
early
when you
aggression
do, like,
denied from Loud.
banning
They'll again
and
find
picking,
themselves boxed
how do
in
you like
and playing
determine
the same
that,
kind of
like,
rounds
Yeah.
that have
do you
been
ban
fruitful for them
their
so
best
far?
map
That's it.
or your
them
worst
finding
map?
information has been
I
impossible
mean, it
just
varies
because
from
how
team to
deep
team,
DRX have
but
been playing and
like it
almost
depends
just
on your
feeling out the
philosophy
map.
and how you think about
It
it.
seems like
really.
the calls that are coming through from
I
Stacks
mean, that's
have
on
been
my
sublime,
coaches and my
most of
IGL
the
to
time
make
they
the
fall
call.
back
I don't
out
really
like this,
care.
though.
I
Something
just say like like
different.
what I
And
think.
many bans
trying
do
to
you
take
get?
some
2
space,
bans?
trying to
2
remove
bans,
some
yeah.
information from the other
Yeah,
side.
1 ban at the
Maybe
start and then
catch
like 1
more
ban.
days, but even still,
Yeah, I don't know.
less
I don't
is
know
going to
when
go
to
down
start
to
on.
Buzz.
I mean, if you have a perma ban, you start on that. But if you don't, then you
They almost
It really depends on
I
how
think you
you're
have to
feeling.
look at it
Here's
like
the
if they have a
problem,
strong
it's
map
less
that's
than
also
died.
weak for
B-side
you,
is
that's
no
what you would
utility.
prioritize.
Trap players are gone, and
So like
Yeah.
if they have like
not
a
having a good
like
time
one of
in
their
these
top
duels,
3
sure,
maps
you
or like
pick
one
up
of
the
your
one, but so
bottom
much
2 or
more still to
whatever,
be done.
then you
Buzz-
probably
then,
don't.
like, works out.
Yeah, because that's what they would go for the pick. Like they will pick their good maps that are bad for you.
But as he's
So
reloading, Aspis
that's kind of how you would
closes
look at
the
it, I
face.
think.
Now he's nice and close,
Yeah, it
ready
also
to fight,
depends on your
but Buzz
form
takes
on the
out
maps and like
lane.
scrims. Like
And he's ready to take heads.
Oh, the
One
wall.
frag to bring him
How
to
did
three.
that
And
factor
with
into
Stacks,
your
Mako
picks?
and Zest alive, a Viper's pin
Well,
in
like,
play,
if
a
we're
flash
playing
around,
out,
damage
you're
done,
fucking-
a drone
Yeah,
in
fuck,
as
we have to
well,
ban every
and
map.
it's even getting the tag.
Nah, I mean, there's definitely some
Insult
maps that are like
to
on
injury
point
here.
on, but then like
There's
in matches it just
practically
doesn't
no
seem like
way
that.
short of divine intervention that Loud will
Yeah.
be winning a buy round in this half, and this is their map pick, Tom. This is their side, and DRX have dismantled them.
Kind of own them, huh?
Honestly, I feel like we're gonna.
Like, when we're playing Fnatic, we ban their best map, or
Hey
what we thought
Tarek,
was
it's
their
my
best map.
daughter's
Actually,
first
let's
birthday on
just
the
give it over
15th.
to
Will you wish
them.
her a happy birthday? Her name is Ayana.
So
Happy birthday to Ayana. Let's
Look,
fucking
I
go.
just can't seem to deal with just the clear bias on this side of the table. I'm kidding,
Make
I'm
out
kidding.
Hill.
But let's actually break this
I don't
down
know
a
if it's a
little
troll
bit
message
here
or
and
what.
try and find at
9-3
least,
curse?
you know,
Do you guys
some,
believe in it, or what?
high points
No.
maybe to talk about here
No.
for Loud. Maybe there
I
are
feel
going to be
like-
a lot because they're 9-3.5.
I feel like getting pistol in this on attacking side is kind of hard on Breeze. I don't
Yeah,
know,
there's
like
not
I
a
feel
lot
like
of high points
real.
to sell. They didn't win a single rifle round in that half. That was DRX
feel like that's just like me, like thinking
domination
from like a
across the board.
rank
I think the biggest
side,
question
but like
heading into this map was how will this Cypher
I guess like
play
it
up
is like
against
probably like
DRX?
completely
And
different.
Les did well
How about
individually.
Nigeria?
He was
Yeah.
good. He was killing
No, no,
them.
I'm talking about
They're just
being
He's a great
pistol
individual
on
player,
attack.
but his setups
Breeze.
were
It's
getting
coin flip,
absolutely
really.
no value because of the way DRX was playing. They
I think
were
it's
consistently
always been like that
pounding
in, like,
his
TAC
B-side
FPS
and
games, like, the
dismantling the
pistols
setups
just,
every
like-
time, Benkai.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, this
I
trip?
literally
I just feel like
exactly what I said.
you could use a lot of util at the beginning to waste their util, and then at that point it's like you got really nothing to go inside the like the site with, and it's kind of just like you are at like such a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, sometimes the best strats on pistol are just like 5-man rushing, because you have like
It just feels
the early
Yeah.
util and they don't
Oh,
have
I thought
any
he
to
killed
hold.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, now you're
We'll see
going
what
to
they
the
do.
situation, Seth, where we have a Loud that's going to be going on the attack that need to fish out some wins, but I just don't know if they have it.
It's really hard to say because we have a very limited exposure to Loud playing Breeze at this tournament. They only played it versus Optic. They only, you know, after changing sides, need to win, what, 2 more rounds or whatever. They dropped 5 consecutive rounds at the very beginning, losing out the pistol once they swapped over to the attacking side. But eventually, they just beat Optic once. They beat him again in a follow-up, and then they were able to take the map. So we don't have that much tape on them.
When does
and
Tarek
DRX
play?
is still a very
Everyone's
strong
asking,
team.
dude.
Coming
What
into
the
this
fuck
one,
is sign?
70% win rate on the
You know, a
attacking
year ago-
rounds,
actually, I
still
can't even
above
say it.
50, with 55%
Wait,
win rate
what?
on
Playing
the
in what?
defense.
Yeah,
4
really?
more days?
Playing right now, the way that Mako is playing right now. Good luck getting into
4
this
more
It
days,
feels like
Tarek's
every
hopping in a
single
show
individual is
match.
having a great
I'm
day
down.
for DRX. If the Kings of Brazil want to come back, they need something huge.
Yeah, they're going to need to find it right here, right now. Let's send it back over to Tom and Mitch for the second.
They should do show matches for this shit. I was saying they should have in between the like halves. They should have Tens do like a halftime performance where he does like one round of aim labs.
That's the halftime show.
Yeah, like the halftime is like he
Even then,
just goes
as
on
we
the
were
middle of the
talking about
stage
it, look
and
at that. They've only
does a
lost
couple
it once
rounds.
this year. The last game that they played,
Does a
Tom, they
couple
did a little bit
rounds.
better on the defense.
They got 11 rounds.
I mean, aren't they flying like a few people out? They probably should do a show match. Like they should have planned to fly like 10 pros out that aren't in and do like a show match or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, I think the whole flying people out was a little last minute, so I think they scrambled. But yeah, I agree. The show match would be cool because they do have a decent amount of people going. It seems.
Yeah. I mean, for pros eliminated, they like send you out instantly. You have like 48 hours max that you can stay extra.
Oh,
They're like,
you
"Get the
don't have the
fuck out."
choice.
No, they're like, get the fuck out. We don't got the budget for you. You lost. You're a loser.
That's because, well, I guess if you told them maybe you want your flight to be later, but they definitely wouldn't cover your hotel. Maybe they would accommodate the flight.
Yeah, maybe. But you'd have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just trying to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually do just like kick you out instantly when you lose.
Remaining opposition stacks left 1v5.
Also, big
Now,
pistol. They needed
we have
this.
seen him do something like this before.
I don't know. It's stacks.
remember
You can
a
multiply.
bind, I remember the craziest clutch
No.
I think we had in that tournament. but I don't think he has the time to do it. Even any orbs that he can gain would be nice, and he's already
You make
starting to
noise?
spot players behind him.
Yeah.
That one should be free. Anything more, though? Yeah, that would be a surprise, and Aspas is going to make sure it doesn't go any further.
I mean, you had pretty much everybody being low. Sassy was the only guy who had close to 100 left with his 5 shields, but in the end, it's just a little too much to ask. Look, that is light at the end of the tunnel, perhaps, but let's remember the previous half. Loud won the pistol, the follow-up, an eco round, and outside of that, they got nothing done. They were caught with their pants down every single time at DRX. Sure, they don't win this pistol either, but if you lose both pistols and you're leading by 5, it's a pretty good spot to be in.
Yeah, and they're not going to really be taking any risks in this round either. Like, basically,
I have
nothing
VODs.
invested.
There's a channel that uploads all my
Harvey
VODs,
didn't even buy
but
Headhunter.
they're also just available on
So
my
they
Twitch.
really aren't putting anything into
But
this
not all
round.
of them,
It's like,
I
you know
guess.
what? We're the kings of the buy rounds. Let's just wait for those to come along. And even still, Buzz has done a little bit of damage. Now, realistically, that means nobody should drop in this round for the side of Loud.
Yeah, especially when you've already got the side control. I think it comes to overextensions, realistically. And with the investment you've got, you cannot allow overextensions to happen. Those mistakes can't be coming through, and Les is holding back 125 HP. It's going to be a tough fight for Zest. It has to be a
Next
win from
agent's
Les to
controller,
give him any
right?
chance, and it's clean as can be. As
Wait,
you said,
sorry?
No headhunter
Next,
for
the newest
RB.
agent will be a controller.
Don't really know what he can do here.
it's like
Maybe try
a
capitalize off the
water mage,
tiny
I
bit of
thought.
damage
I
his
don't know.
teammate just did, but
I wonder if like maybe the newest
short of
agent
that,
will
it'll be dying to the
maybe
spike.
take over Viper, because I feel like
Viper?
Viper's used a
Yeah.
lot.
Really
right?
interesting.
Yeah, that's
Almost
like
every map.
that's the
Obviously,
rumor
it's
I
one that
thought
could
was
allow
like
him to
circulating.
get into the spike
is that a
later, or
real
maybe
leak?
just
Yeah, I thought it was a
Oh
fake
yeah,
leak.
I remember seeing then
went
someone
in that
tweeting that they
direction.
faked the
I
leak,
guess just trying to make
but
sure
like,
he's not giving
But I
any
think
extra
controller
orbs.
is like
Nothing
what's
to
next.
play
like
with.
confirmed. Yeah, controller's
Yeah.
confirmed, and
So,
I would
yeah.
speculate that it's like a Viper like competition
just like staring at the wall,
agent, because
like,
I think
oh, no.
Astra,
Guess
Omen,
I'll
and
play
Brim are
Headhunter
good
next
competition
round.
between
Well,
each other, but then Viper's kind
With
of like
that, DRX come
its
out
own
9
thing.
to 5.
Yeah.
They have a 4-round lead
So
after
unique.
losing both pistols and follow-ups, and a near flawless record when they've got rifles in their hands.
I think the
Funnily
leak
enough,
had
I
a
think their opponents
Jibby
have
ult or
rifles
some
in their
shit,
hands.
like as a
That's actually
ability,
flawless.
and
10 seconds left
That's
till the
funny.
barriers go up, and you can see this
Yeah,
is
the
a
leak
pretty
was apparently, like-
concentrated push coming out of Loud.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, they've
literally
got no
debated
control
everybody.
anywhere, trapping a cam
Yeah.
watching behind. They're looking to take A and halls.
but imagine a
The thing is, I
Jibby
think
ult,
we're
like
gonna
you
see
just
some
get
aggression
into
on
a
the
bomb
other
site,
side.
put it
Already with
down,
Tiger
they
coming
can't
through,
shoot
they
through
get so
the
much
Yeah, the smoke that you
information.
can't shoot
Look
through,
at the
right? That's
rotation.
basically
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Straight away,
Yeah, I
DRX,
think that's what the
three
leak
players
was. I
on
think
the
it's
side,
cool,
four
but
going
I think it'd be
through
broken.
It's not
They're gonna
OP.
have so many players here.
They need that. With the
I mean, it always
presence
sounds
already
OP,
shown
but then
to
when
move
you
Imagine
play
you're
it,
sitting
it's
inside a
like
smoke,
right away from
it's
the pistol
see-through,
round.
but they can't
Why
shoot you.
DRX is still a player stacked
It's like
up
a
now.
sitting
Rainbow
inside.
Six Siege.
Oh,
Mira,
no, I
I
haven't
think
really
it's
played
Sight
it.
clearing through. Buzz gets
there's an
dropped.
agent like that, or
Aspas
whatever
is
they're
now
called.
making his way
Being
to
sitting
the
inside a
doorway,
bubble?
but that's when he gets caught by
No, it's
Zest.
like you have a
And
mirror
little
that
trap
like
set
you can
up on
see
back
through, but
yellow
you
and
can't
Halls.
shoot
They've
through
secured
it.
the control.
okay.
In
And
Rainbow
from
Six.
here, they'll look
That's
to
cool.
fight their way back into the site. But look at how far back Loud have gone to.
Yeah.
They are all the way in the spawn. I mean, Mako's already fired off his snake bites. So he won't have anything to work with, whereas Pancada's got his. You've got 2 shock darts to work with.
Here comes Larry.
I believe the orb should be on the spike as well.
It's gonna be a
Wow,
lot
he
of
cleared
off
mid
ones. They at least
hard.
managed to clear out the lug.
Yeah.
That means they are all coming
Dang.
from the same
Really-
position,
really
but
good
with
awareness.
utility removed, and as you mentioned, basically so much damage being taken as they go anywhere
Oh,
near
he
that
got it
spike.
hacked.
There shouldn't be much of an opportunity.
That's big.
Oh!
And then RB just wiped
Wait,
out
you have to get it, my
everyone
boy?
else. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to
Oh, they
actually
have
get the defuse through. That's the only issue they
Oh,
have.
because he had to wait for the molly.
0.88.
Wait, did he? No, he didn't.
What a
He's good.
retake from
No, I
DRX.
think it was the
They looked like there
Cade.
was no hope.
He had to get his
of just
HP
getting
back,
the
yeah.
clearance of that
Teammate or
flank,
something.
and then
Yeah,
just
I know.
wiping out everyone else.
Unbelievable. I mean,
his- it
DRX
seemed like he had more than enough
did
time.
I think it's because he was in the
everything.
orb, so his HP was
The
low
one
to go back into the
situation
volley.
in the multiverse
yeah.
that got them the
They have to
win.
wait.
And it's this swing from RB, cleaning the last 2, buying the time. And buying the time, even then, it's less than a second that it comes down to 5 between them. And if you're Loud, that's a devastating loss. But because of the way they played the early round, and we saw this before, they are able to come back in here with a buy. And ultimately, though, I
know what
think
he
they'll
was
look at
saying
it
right
like,
there.
if we can't close a round like that, then it doesn't matter if we're buying. They've got to solve those issues. That cannot happen again.
I just noticed RB
Walk up the tube.
is
They
like
managed to get quite far in the last
Brazil
round.
backwards
Not
or a
so
little
much
bit.
of a
You know what I mean?
challenge. It
We
has
are?
been spotted by Zesta
Yeah.
straight away.
Okay.
They're going to pop out.
I
that
know,
Alpha
I just
flash to
noticed.
try and take that extra space, although we
Yeah.
haven't seen the move yet from Aspas for the dash across will give an opportunity. No trade back though.
You know, Static's only down on the stairs.
He wants
but
his
I don't
fucking
think he's
kill.
going to be getting him up. He's at least a Cypher cam for now. Spotting it out. No one's walking up to yellow.
Oh, Arby's gonna
That
steal his
info
kill.
over. possessed,
Nope.
waiting for him to pass, and then they'll start to make their move. Again, look at what they're up against. Shock darts for Sassy, but no snake bites in play for
Alright, this one's
Pancada.
tough.
They'll be playing up a lot
They'd have to
closer
really
to the site
fuck
this
up.
time, trying to catch them as they make their way through. Sassy, first point of contact perhaps,
Okay.
and well, the shots are
Damn.
hit clean as can be.
They just like
That's-
fought them this
That's a
time.
much better holdout.
No
allowed.
funny business.
Yeah, and I like the fact that this time they actually have a proper setup out of the door. They know it's okay, we can take this control relatively easy. We have ourselves the null command, which will shut out all of the utility of those passive players, so it means that our entry in towards the A site will have no utility to delay us either. And then you're just able to use Aspas as like, okay, I'm the distraction plan as my IGL peaks to take the fight. Really solid setup from them. After plant, much more stable, and this time there was nothing DRX can do. And that's likely a theme that's going to continue into this next round because they don't have much available to them whatsoever.
I did enjoy the fact that, you know, the round before we saw Aspas walking up halls, open the door, and then what he ended up meeting was Mako's Poison Orb. A really interesting setup. Normally when you open that door and try to play the late round lurk, you're going to be hoping that one of them closes it, gives you the info that they're at least there, maybe starts to distract the player watching halls. But instead, these guys were content to play retake, to watch for the push coming up and catch Aspas because they had that orb to block the vision whenever they needed it. They didn't have to go and close the door immediately and panic about the extra angles.
Am I tired?
But
Dude, I
then you
actually
adapt to
slept,
that.
but
You
I'm
say,
still
okay, so
tired.
the slow play with a late lurk
I think I'm in
is
sleep
also
that.
not
It's a real
working
thing. Google
because
it.
They have a good adaptation. Let's just get past that poison orb. Let's just get past defense number
I owe
one
the sleep IRS
and
money,
see what the response is.
aka
This
sleep.
time, it leads to, well, the first
But I
buy
slept
round
from
that
like
Cloud have been able to take across the line.
12 till 8, and then I snoozed from 8 till
The
9.
other side of things, maybe if Buzz gets a
And then
kill,
here I am.
gets an orb, might be able to do something in this round, but ultimately, they're just opting to try and stack up into this A side. 4 players already here. Already managing to spot out one, but RB has avoided it.
If you have an Apple Watch, you can
Trying to
track your
bait
sleep
in a
that and
swing,
sleep cycles.
knowing that somebody's
Problem is you have to
close.
sleep with the watch though, right?
However,
That's the only thing I didn't like. I actually bought a sleeping watch fucking thing, whatever it is.
Just to try and make this push
I used
through
it
a
for
little bit
about
more awkward.
week and a half. Took it off, never put it back
Sheriffs
on.
in play in particular,
Never looked back
Mako
either.
stood slightly
I should
further
get it back.
on that A site. The headhunter for RB, the fall back to yellow, and he can continue to pick them from there. Who destroys
Needs
this?
to be a React Andy. I can link
Looks like it's
videos.
going to be RB. Oh, it's not even. He's not going to destroy it.
Say what?
Sticking around, making them spend some utility. I like it. He's now back to yellow. Snake bite to slow them. And this is
They
going to
know
offset
3
Loud's
players are here.
utility.
They know 3 players are here. They have seen Chamber, they saw Jet at the beginning of the round, and then they've just seen
Did me and
a
Hassan
snake
get Turkish
bite.
food last
this
night? We did get
rotation
Turkish
from
food,
Loud is
yeah.
just based off the utility that they've already spotted. And they might have even seen a player in mid as well, so
We,
this leaves
we
it
ordered
very
some.
safe to go into
That guy can eat. That guy can
Be
eat.
a stack of players.
There's a late round push from Buzz, though. He's already detected these players rotating, but DRX are a little late to the party. Stacks gonna have to hold on a moment before support comes through, and well, as the cavalry arrives,
each player we
it's only
switched to
the
died
one
instantly.
minimal resistance
Yeah.
by Loud as they make their way in.
I would be sick if it like happened like 8 times like that, you know?
The spike that they drop
Like switch.
Mako makes it super
Yeah.
costly, but nothing else to be found. And Loud
Also
step
classic moment.
one step
That's
closer
hard to kill.
to equalizing the scoreline.
Dude, if you got that kill,
That
it
was,
could
of
have been
course, an
winnable.
eco, though, and DRX still made it
Yeah.
look a little bit competitive, considering the rotation timing was off as
Yeah.
well.
I think the read from
I have
Loud
some
was
leftover
good.
food
That
in
was
my
the main
fridge.
thing. It was just using the
But I can't
information
reheat
you
it.
garnered to
Because my microwave will turn off my power.
in these sort of eco rounds. They didn't have to use much in terms of their ults either, although on the other
All
side,
good.
Viper's Pit, Hunter's Fury, Blade Storm is not going to be the nicest thing to try and face off against. The thing is, though, for DRX, they've got to be careful. Because I think this round slips the other way, game on.
Absolutely. Yep, the lead that they had, as we said, losing both pistols, it was remarkable.
It is a different circuit.
But
That's
if
the
they don't
crazy
make this
part.
one look a little better, and you start to
I don't know, dude.
really get worried.
I need to
Remember,
record
this
a
is Loud's
video and
last
show it
pick.
to an
You know, we can
electrician.
look at the last game
Because they're on
versus
different
Alpha, but as you
circuits,
said,
but
you didn't get to see that much
microwave
of their
goes
attack
on,
inside.
PC goes off.
Maybe it would have been
What the fuck?
strong enough to make us believe.
Debated.
120 on the clock. DRX not going for the info game. Similar to what we saw from
You have an
Loud.
oven, right?
Passive play.
Yeah, I do.
Looking for a pick here or there. The attempted play around middle, but this up here for Aspas. It almost caught vision. It was so close to finding Mako swinging out on either side, but they are missing each other by milliseconds on some of these peaks.
The thing is as well, they can't really beat any rotations because they just
Bro's
flashed
microwave
outside
suppresses
the
his house like a KO
on the
knife.
side of
You play too
DRX,
much
who got
Valorant.
the info that there was somebody there. So they're not wanting to shift any of their positions just yet. they're also throwing the drone in from the attack side in towards this A site, and actually they have baited out the Hunter's Fury, but it's not going to get anything as they now push B.
He's realized immediately as well. There's the kill off the back of, oh my god, absolute desolation. There was a smoke down and they just spray through it. Kill after kill going DRX's way. You saw that 2 bursts of that Hunter's Fury go out and it gets canceled and he's thinking, okay, this is a B play. Rotation was in right away and the guys on site, they held it for longer than they even should have. That spike is down in the open. And it is concretely theirs. There's no safe way to retrieve this. Sassy's picked up the operator, and he is heading for the hills.
Wait, this is not looking good
clock.
for DRX.
There's no chance they take this round.
What do you mean,
All
loud?
they want is to set themselves up for the next.
I mean,
I like the fact that we are just seeing
I feel like
from DRX being able to work things out.
I
was
mean,
looking at that,
they lost like 4 rounds so far. I feel like Loud is going to come back
but
a
it
little
was
bit
more
here.
just because they were so reliant on that Hunter's Fury. They went, okay, that will get us information, do a lot of damage on the way through if they try and push it. And the second they don't spot anything, the orb goes up. And that's the big thing. Now, one of the things I really wanted to mention, so I was speaking to Kanyang, obviously on your screen there, the CEO. He's with Juani, who is also one of the coaches of the current coach, Termi. So we have got a long lineage at the moment of like esports veterans in the DRX camp, and well, I'm sure right now they're having a pretty good time.
Cool.
Although he did say, I saw him with a sign last time saying he was going to like give them a big bonus. So.
Mako, he's in a little bit of trouble, but they've gone right past him. They have no idea. He's been revealed, though.
Wait, that could have been insane.
Yeah, but
As he
Sassy
got spotted, that at least allows them to drop him, drop the pit, and get onto the site. Here comes a spray. Buzz not able to land it. Shock darts on their way. Oh, and I don't even know how he's controlled it. I don't know that he meant to kill him, but he's got the frag. Still, numbers won't equalize as Aspas keeps on going.
No shot, that's what he did.
And only Buzz left to find. He's hit him to 39. And with 3 players left to drop, Loud seem to have stolen this round away. What a play by Aspas.
Take a pause, I gotta pee.
He is just looking for absolutely anything. No information to work with. In the end, he's going to be shot in the back.
Call it DRX. You heard it. You heard it.
Yeah, like you see that operator in play, and you almost expect
the streamer needs to break.
The streamer needs to pee.
The charge, taking that space, a crazy final shot as well, and they actually dealt with what was quite a dangerous position.
One of my chats said,
I think with the fact that
do you know DRX has 4 to 5 coaches?
A little bit unlucky in that regard. But
I mean, it's probably like coaches plus analysts. I mean, we have something similar as well.
How many you guys got?
11 to 8.
Technically, we have like 100 Thieves has like analysts for all esports, so we technically have like
we have 40 analysts.
So technically, we have 2 coaches, and then I think 3 analysts, and then Dan as well as like our mental kind of like coach. I would say.
So the 3 analysts work for all teams?
Yeah, they do mainly League, but they are trying to get into like 100 Thieves, so they helped us out with like they came to the boot camp in LCQ and they were like doing stuff.
You're crunching the numbers?
Yeah, I don't know how much impact they had because they were mainly working with the coaches, and I just like, focused on Minecraft.
Still decent damage
done.
The snake bites also stop any
further aggression. I think it'll continue to get to that point where teams will have bigger infrastructure.
Burnt down now. And so that's a big worry for these players.
I almost wonder if
imagine having 5 coaches and losing.
To try and get the mid player's attention to allow Les to take a little bit of extra.
Why are you trying so hard?
The whole fight, he was just moving his way forward. Or even just try to bait some rotations, but nobody moving. Marco is going to throw down another snake bite, which again will buy a little bit of extra time. But the next time out, there's not going to be much to stop them.
Yeah, the drone at least has already been expanded. Now they have an idea of where Buzz is, and the nades let him down. He's 30-24. Shots ringing out. He's still alive, but he won't get anything done past damage. Aspas,
can you like
this is not a conventional spot to run the operator
when you're
in. Maybe the element of surprise can come through,
this,
but no.
Could you actually hear the game, or are you just kind of just like
pick up that kill? Still,
it's
more
worse,
Loud players alive than
what do you mean?
DRX.
Cheer from the crowd, you mean?
No, I meant like the game audio, because like so I was playing the 10-mans and like a lot of times people are just like talking heavily, so I can't hear anything just because of my teammates. But not only that, now like the audio of the game is actually like a lot lower, so I feel like you can't hear the game at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess maybe you adjust the volumes,
right? Yeah, I mean, personally, me, Sean, Will, like we like tech comms, but beaten our IGL like wants everyone to like
moment,
basically shut the
sat
fuck up
right
and like
at the
not
top
talk
of
as
that
much.
board.
So we've been like working on our comms because it definitely fucks
Mentioned the
people up.
finances
I
now.
would say.
DRX are going to be in a little bit of trouble. Stack
but-
should at least have a
yeah.
rifle. No,
I can
really
see it getting
depends on like the player.
in the last
Yeah.
second of the round, and now all they can really commit to this is going to be the blade.
But overall, like I think LAN, the quality of is worse, like sound-wise, obviously, because you're white noise in ears.
Definitely the right time to go back to the drawing board at 11 to 9. That lead that was
White
looking
noise.
so
The
strong.
audience is going crazy.